So, what's going on, you guys? This is New York Adventure in 1994 here, and I am pissed off about something. It has to do with what happened on NickToons. I just have bad news for all Jimmy Neutron and Back at the Barnyard fans. Let me shut this TV off. I found out that NickToons officially canceled the rerun marathons of Jimmy Neutron and Back at the Barnyard. They just got taken off TV this week. Yeah, they're not coming on anymore. I don't know if it has to do with what's been going on with SpongeBob. Like, this is still considered like his best year ever. And it was meant to go on for a whole year, and they like expanded more marathons on NickToons. Don't get me wrong, I still love SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, and all the other NickToons a lot. But Jimmy Neutron and Back at the Barnyard were like my childhood, and Nickelodeon has been doing this a lot to Jimmy Neutron, like for 5 years now. It's like on the air for a few months and then it's taken off again. NickToons does that all the time. And they even did 2 marathons on Nick Rewind, like in January of 2019 when it was called Nick Splat, and then the next year in 2020, in February of 2020, they like did a whole weekend marathon of Jimmy Neutron on Nick Rewind. And they actually did Back at the Barnyard on Nick Splat in January of 2019. I hate how these shows are like on and off the TV. They like go on and off on TV schedules and stuff. It's like really rare for Jimmy Neutron and Back at the Barnyard to be on TV now. It's ever since 2017 or 2018, NickToons has been going downhill because they took off a lot of things on there. Actually, it's been ever since 2016 when I was in 10th grade. Ever since 2016, NickToons has been like going downhill because they were like removing a lot of stuff one by one on there. And don't get me wrong, I like Henry Danger and stuff, but I don't think it's that necessary for NickToons to be airing like live action shows. I thought Teen Nick could do that job, but sometimes they just do that nowadays. But I think NickToons should like sim it down a little bit with the marathons. I mean, I do like how SpongeBob gets a nightly marathon every night on NickToons, but because it's like my #1 favorite show of all time on there. But it could be right for once to like sim it down a little bit and let other shows have time on there, like a year or two. But they couldn't hold on for that long. it's really sad of what happened to NickToons. I didn't expect it to be like that modern. I think they should tone it down a little bit on the marathon stuff, but still keep SpongeBob, of course, Fairly Odd Parents, and The Loud House. And just put probably the popular Nicktoons on there if they can't do everything. Yeah, Nicktoons used to be so much greater back then, but it's not really like that anymore. Nicktoons isn't really as great as it used to be anymore. They've gone downhill like years ago. Nicktoons used to be like a channel that was like fun to watch all the time, but I had to stop there because they had all the old cartoons on there back then. But no matter how downhill Nicktoons went, I'm still confident that they'll bring back Jimmy Neutron and Back at the Barnyard, because you gotta remember, they both had films in 2000. Like Jimmy Neutron came out in 2001, and being the third CGI animated film to hit the big screen in 2001 after Shrek and Monsters Inc. And Back at the Barnyard was like made to the same studio and made by the same company. And their film was like amazing in 2006. So I'm confident they might come back in reruns. Yeah, I don't see why not. I think it's more harder for Back at the Barnyard to come back, but I think Jimmy Neutron could come back to Nicktoons in reruns eventually. Because that show was like one of the top 3 in the mid 2000s. His show was like a really big name, and you gotta remember, he had a crossover with Timmy Turner in like this trilogy called the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. It was a crossover trilogy, which like got even more better at the end. It was amazing. That's another good sign why Jimmy Neutron could come back one day, because he was in a crossover with Timmy Turner, the Fairly Odd Parents. And you get to see Timmy Turner in like bulgy form and Jimmy and his friends in plaid form. Like flat. Like in cartoon form in their universe. Yeah. The creator of Fairly Odd Parents did a good job on animating them during that crossover. It was amazing. See, that's where I find good signs that might come back for reruns. I mean, if they could still rerun Fairly Odd Parents and they have a crossover with a show that's not on TV anymore, Jimmy Neutron could come back in reruns. So that's why I see. But it has more of a good chance of staying on NickToons more than it has a chance of being on just Nick Rewind, because Nick Rewind was made mostly for the original NickToons that like showed in the 90s. So hopefully he'll come back. So I guess that's it.